When you talk about narcissism in relationships, one of my favorite places to start is the element of attraction. What makes you initially attracted to somebody? And in the case of narcissism, what we find are that people who are narcissistic, and especially grandiose narcissists, this is people who have the trait of grandiose narcissism, not necessarily the disorder, they tend to be attractive when you first meet them, initially and at the beginning of relationships. But over time, what you find is they end up making pretty poor relationship partners. So that's one of the main dynamics in narcissistic relationships. You start off with somebody who's attractive, end up having a poor relationship. So why are people so attracted to narcissists when they meet them? A few different things going on. First off, people who are narcissistic are confident. They're extroverted. They have energy, enthusiasm. So when you meet somebody and they're like, hey, I like myself, I'm a good-looking person, I have a good life, I'm a successful person, you go, that's somebody I'm sort of attracted to. Another thing you see with grandiose narcissists are displays of status and power. Now you might say, well, status and power, displaying status and power is a little over the top maybe, but when you're dating, status and power is attractive. Who would you be more attracted to? Somebody who's a famous celebrity, somebody who's a beautiful, somebody who's a successful performer, successful business person, successful restaurateur, or somebody who's failed at a lot of things in life. Yeah, we generally like people with status. And people who are grandiose narcissists will come across as people who have high social status and high social standing. And that's attractive. Here's the other thing you find with these narcissists. There's a mean side, there's a dark side, but that doesn't come off when you first start dating somebody or getting to know somebody. So when you first start meeting somebody, you see their best qualities. They put their best foot forward, especially if they want you to like them back. So with somebody who's narcissistic, you're going to see the extroversion, you're going to see the confidence. They might even make you feel good about yourself. What you're not going to see right away is you're not going to see them being mean, you're not going to see them being callous, you're not necessarily going to see that sense of entitlement that comes out. That stuff you'll see later and we'll talk about it. So you have this combination again with grandiose narcissism with high confidence, high energy, the meanness, the callousness, all the stuff you don't like is hidden. And then the final piece that makes narcissists attractive is they just tend to be physically attractive. Well, why is that? Why are people who are narcissistic more physically attractive? Well, we've done research and done it a couple different ways. Some research where people come in and talk about themselves for like 30 seconds or 60 seconds. We call this thin slices research because we're getting a very thin slice of somebody's personality. Other research will just take a picture of somebody's face and have people rate them for attractiveness. And when we've done this research, what we find is that people who are narcissistic are judged as attractive very quickly. They're judged attractive in their pictures, they're judged attractive in 30 seconds, 60 seconds. So the question is why? One very clever study had people do pictures twice. They had people do pictures without putting on makeup, without doing their hair, without getting dressed up, just sort of their basic face. And then they had another set of pictures done after the people had spent their time grooming and getting dressed and making themselves look good. Well, what you find is that people who are narcissistic, because they want to look good and they want to be high in status, spend more time on their appearance. They just look better. And because of that, they're more attractive. So it's not that there's somehow people are naturally beautiful, become narcissistic. It's that people are narcissistic, spend more time on their looks, and they're confident, and they hide their dark side, and that's what makes them attractive at the initial stages of relationships.